Good performance, man. Don't ever leave Chelsea. Never give up.
Hello guys, subscribe to WorldWideChels.
I WorldWideChels.
WorldWideChels.
Subscribe to WorldWideChels.
Thank you for your support.
Yeah. I stream Chelsea won straight after the game. Game ruined, of course, just before half time. Ref got just as Matt, I'll let you start off, man. Just go straight into it.
Well, I mean, I'm glad we don't do watchalongs because
I know, right?
You would have lost. You would have lost every sponsor. I don't condone violence, but I need self-control for that one man.
Yeah.
No, as I have on my name, the bald fraud. That's all I'm going to call him, because before I was swearing a lot, so I'm not going to swear now. I'm going to call him the bald fraud. The FA need to make a formal investigation into Anthony Taylor refereeing Chelsea Football Club. This is not even talking about a Chelsea thing. This is talking from a football fan, because this is about the 5th or 6th game in a row where all of these games that Anthony Taylor is refereeing are big top 6 games, which are important in terms of titles. In every single one, he's made either a really big mistake or made a very controversial decision. Now, that, in just the law of physics and facts, it is not just a coincidence. That is something you need to look at and go, well, is there some form of bias where this referee has got a problem with Chelsea? Because it's getting beyond the point of fair. I mean, Chelsea should have won this match. It was a good match. Chelsea were making attacks, Liverpool making attacks. I think we probably would have gone to score another one, and maybe Liverpool would have got one back. But it ruined the game, and we had to play this defensive football, which, thank God, we did, because actually it taught me quite a lot. It taught me that this team is ready to win a title, is ready. When the time gets tough, we get tough. I compare it to last season under Lampard. We had the exact same scenario where Christensen got sent off just before half time. I think that one was actually a proper sending off. But we went 1-0 down we went 1-1, and then we went 2-1 down. And we kind of capitulated. I know Jorginho got the penalty and we could have scored to make it equalise, but we capitulated. We couldn't defend against Liverpool. But this time, against Jota, against Salah, against Mane, against Thiago, against Fabinho, against Harvey Elliott, Robertson, Alexander-Arnold, all this attacking talent, they couldn't really do nothing. A couple of good saves from Mendy, but Mendy had it covered, and we controlled the game out, and that's fantastic from Chelsea Football Club's standpoint. I'm just really annoyed that it got to that point, because at no point is that a handball. At no point.
Man, listen. I'm sorry to cut you off. I didn't mean to turn you to Johnny or anything. Okay, I didn't expect it to be a full-on run like straight away. We're gonna get into it. Everyone tuned in, like the video if you're angry at the ref. We've got Jesters on as well. Jesters on.
Yeah. I was actually on a live stream, and a Spurs fan came on and said it's never a red card, never a penalty. A Spurs fan. Okay? It's not like it's another Chelsea fan saying it, but it was a Spurs fan. Look, I understand that because of his arm movement or his arm, he denied goal scoring opportunity. But how is he to know where the ball is going after it comes off his thigh? Any of us would do the same thing. It's going to come off your leg. Your arm's right there. What are you supposed to do? Cut your arm off? And look, the movement of the arm made it look worse, but he was falling backwards. So again, it's one of those things. He should have been at least looking at the screen more than in 1 second. His mind was made up before he hit that screen.
I've even for VAR, I've even got a complaint on that as well. I'll let Jesters finish, but I'll come back to it after.
To me, he saw that. He saw it hit his arm. Anthony Taylor saw it hit his arm on the field. You don't tell me he didn't. And for There was no reason for VAR to come and say you might want to look at this again. No reason whatsoever. Okay, it wasn't.
I think at worst, we could have given a penalty, but no way red card.
No, it has to be a red card if he gives a penalty.
If he gives a penalty, it has to be a red card. That's in the rules. But I mean, I'd argue you made a rule in terms of fouls to stop double jeopardy. If it's last man, they're not supposed to send him off. They're supposed to give a yellow card. So what's the difference in this? It's half a rule. You can't do it for the foul, but not do it for handball. It doesn't that doesn't really make sense. That's just a problem within the rules. But that is the right decision in the rule book to send him off for that. But it shouldn't have never got that part in the first place.
Okay, I hear what you're saying for sure. Let's get the rest of the guests on as well. Adam, how are you, bro?
I'm okay. In hindsight, I take the draw. You know, it was very good to see us defend this way. You know, seeing us, defending this way. Yeah, same problems with this. But still this defense, like Matt mentioned last season, Christensen gets sent off, and we capitulate. Kept us in goal, so that didn't help. But I don't think it was a red. The hand motion when he moved his hand like that makes it look a bit worse. But Anthony Taylor, man, I have not despised a ref more than this guy. Like, we're talking Community Shields, FA Cup finals, Premier League games. I genuinely despise the guy. He gets on my nerves, And when he looks at the VAR screen for 1 second in freeze frame, that's when I was like, there's a clear agenda here. There is a clear agenda here. If you look, when you hear the roll it, when they ask like roll it, rolls it back and forth. Okay. Yeah. Maybe he'll make a better decision. But he went boom, kind of even nodded his head as though it's like, yes, I'm giving a penalty to Chelsea against Chelsea. Something like that. It was just annoying to see, But in hindsight, I'll take the draw. We're still contenders. We've done really well against a really good, Liverpool side. For me, Mendy, man of the match, man. This guy was saving everything. This guy saved everything. Fabinho's shots, Jota, Salah, everyone's shots. So, I'm not disappointed, but I'm not very happy either.
Yeah. Big up to you, man. Kazilla, how are you, man?
Bro, my blood's boiling. I'm gonna be so raw. Anthony Taylor again. I've seen this guy screw us over how many times? FA Cup finals. Now, the games against Tottenham, Gazaniga when he came out. Bro, honestly, someone needs to do something against this guy because there's clearly agenda here. How can you look at the freeze frame for 1 second and then make a decision like that? And then to add to that, Fabinho, he nearly killed our players today. He didn't get one yellow. He didn't get one yellow, this guy. I genuinely can't believe it. We need to do something about this Anthony Taylor guy. Can we sign a petition or something? Because I'm sick and tired of this guy reffing our games and killing everything. Just giving us red cards out of nowhere. Stupid fouls here. Stupid decisions here. I'm tired of it. And to add to that, if you saw Klopp and these Liverpool fans smiling and talking about how they should have got decisions here and there. Bro, you paid the ref. The ref was on your team today. It was 12 versus 10 men. Bro, I can't believe you know what? I'm gonna stop myself before I say something bad in it.
That well said, man. KJ there?
Just say something, man. You have every right to be angry.
No, Nippin, we've got sponsors to think about.
Relax, Nippin. Relax. KJ there.
Now I'm going to say something. Anthony Taylor's full of shit. Listen. I'm kidding.
We made it 11 minutes. We made it 11 minutes.
Right,
no, but I'm fuming. I'm fuming. Like everyone has said, guys, how can you look at the VAR screen for 1 second and say that's a red card? Straight red. Thigh on your hand, and it's a straight red card. No consideration, no replay, no looking to a second or third official and saying, okay, do we give them a red? It's literally a straight red. There's an agenda against us, and it's been like that for like 7 games in a row. I swear, every single time Anthony Taylor walks on the pitch, I'm just like, there's really no point in getting our hopes up. And I had a feeling, I told my pro clubs group, watch us get screwed over. And it happened, and I'm fuming. Fabinho, like I said, Fabinho nearly killed. How many times did Fabinho challenge us?
10 times.
Anthony Taylor looked at us and I was like, oh, okay, cool. That's a good challenge. Continue moving. It doesn't make sense. So yeah, if there's a petition I can sign, Let it be known, my signature's going there first. I just don't see how we should have won that game. I think
we should have killed off the game time ago. It should have been like 3-0. I think we'll get into the final third decision makings. Got a quick super chat here. CSC Felix, big up to you. Same old problems, poor decision making in the final third stopped us from killing the game in the first half. Why can't we ever kill the game? And lastly, Nippon, I'll let you speak, man. I can't hear you though.
Look, man, all you got to do is laugh. Because if you don't laugh, you're just going to get angry. And I don't want to get angry on my special day.
What special day is it?
Oh, I'm just having a day off work.
Oh,
that's special?
Doesn't happen often. That's why it's special. Okay.
Fair enough. I got to respect that, man. I got to respect that. We'll start with Justice, man.
But just put it this way: if you're not gonna get angry, if you're not gonna laugh, you're just gonna get angry. And I don't want to boil my blood pressure.
But I've nearly had a heart attack for that game. So
to be fair, second half, I was a bit calm. Second half, I wasn't that pissed.
Yeah.
It took me 30 minutes to calm. Well, I'm not calm, but it took me 30 minutes to get out of just swearing frenzy.
If we conceded late, I was gonna be sick to my stomach.
Yeah, I think that's when everyone would have went.
Mate, I know Melina breaks iPads, but I would have been breaking TVs.
I would have been sick to my stomach. That sickening feeling, I felt it coming. Peter Drury said it. He's like, I think for everyone in the stadium, it's a matter of when, not if. When he said that, I was like, no, like a matter of when we concede, not if we concede.
He doesn't know Chelsea Football Club then.
But our defense, man, we have to like Christensen, Rudiger, Thiago Silva when he came on, and Mendy. I'm very, very proud of them, man. Like I know it's a disappointing, way to get a draw, but I'm proud of the defense.
Simon Johnson has tweeted.
What do you say?
I wonder if Anthony Taylor will ever take charge of a CFC game where he is not the talking point.
No way.
Look, man, it's not like we've ever. Look, let's not blame the ref here. We were the masters of our own downfall.
We weren't. No, Nippon, I don't accept that. I'm sorry.
No, listen.
I'm sorry, I don't accept that.
It is a good point.
We were 1-0 up.
To be honest, Mount is someone I'm going to be calling out. Listen.
No. I'm sorry. I agree.
No.
I like you, but no, absolutely not. We're 1-0 up. We're 1-0 and we still look like scoring. We look like we were going to dominate that game. No, we did. When did we miss a sitter? Mount, you're talking about. Hold on. If you're talking about Mount shot.
Of opinion here. Do you accept difference of opinion?
Hold on, one at a time, please. We can't hear. So.
Do you accept difference of opinion on this channel?
No, but we didn't. It was no sitters.
Yeah, but Matt, if you compare our chances to Liverpool's,
yes, then we had better chances. But the Mount one, that was going in the back of the net.
It wasn't.
Robert, yes, I looked at it back at half time because I wanted to check a few things.
Bro, I watched the replay from behind.
It was rolling. It would have rolled just inside the post. It might have hit the post and come out, but it was going towards the post, and that normally goes in. But Robertson made a great block to put that out of the game. That was a great chance. There was, if anything, the one thing I'm going to moan about is there was a couple of times Lukaku passed the wrong person. But I'm not going to moan that. Sometimes that happens. That is football. But this is not our own downfall. We should not have to put up with that. That decision completely destroyed the game.
No, we're not saying that. We're saying that we could have killed the game off ages.
We could have, should have, would have. But we most likely, if that decision didn't happen, we would have gone 2-0 up. It was coming.
I disagree. Do you know what else I disagree with? That was a red card.
Okay, just quickly. Let's get Sindri in. Sindri, can you hear me?
Yeah, what's up?
How are you, man? Where are you tuning in from again? What time?
Norway. I'm 1 hour ahead of you guys in England.
Tell us about the game, man. How frustrated, angry are you?
I'm kind of happy with the draw because like the first 15 minutes of the second half, it looks kind of nerve-wracking. They've had a lot of chances there, but yeah, it's frustrating to see how the first half ended there. It's annoying.
Honestly, I'm not
I,
pissed.
I do have a question on this. If Reece appeals his red card and he gets overturned,
Yeah.
what does that do for Anthony Taylor?
Nothing. We
Nothing.
move on. Yeah,
Nothing.
this happens all the time. We just move on. It doesn't matter.
Well, look, I don't live in the UK. So what I'm telling you, and I told the last stream I was on, get a petition together and get signatures on that petition. Do not do anything stupid to Anthony Taylor, his family, or anything else. All you will do is get Chelsea in trouble. Put a petition together, get signatures, and present it to the PGMOL or whoever you need to put, or send it to Buckingham
FA.
Palace, because the head of the FA is supposed to be
Prince William.
Prince William. So do it that way. That is the correct way to do it, because if enough fans sign that petition, at least the FA is going to have to stop and say, okay, we're going to have to start looking at this stuff again, because you're going to have enough angry fans out there that they just can't ignore it. So that's the proper way to get something done. By doing anything to his person or his property or his family, all you're doing is turning everybody against Chelsea Football Club. So stay calm, do it the right way.
She went through. I thought this guy's on the score, blood. You know, Kovacic's second off went through. I thought, come on, Matt. Come on.
Yeah, that was one thing that really. I said to my dad, I was like, any other player, and that probably would have gone in.
Oh, Alonso was there.
It was. I was like typical. I was like, it's typical of Kovacic. It was like, no, someone else, please. But it's
Well,
one of them
listen,
things. I mean, I
one
didn't expect to score in the second half.
One controversial point I do want to make, okay, and I hope you guys don't get angry at me for this, okay. Please let me finish before anything. Now, a lot of people cast Marcos Alonso in general. Fair enough, that's fine. People got excited about Reece James. Before the red card, I do want to make the point. I saw this guy out of position. I saw this guy giving the ball away, but I don't hear nothing compared to Alonso. Okay. Go on.
To be fair, I did say throughout the chat, they're both just playing as bad as each other, so we should stop debating about who's crapper than the other.
No, but
It's
Alonso
silly.
gets it the most. Alonso
no,
gets
but
Alonso played better.
I get,
Alonso
no, but I mean they were both getting skinned just as bad as each other in my opinion. But that's just one of them things. I think Liverpool have got good wingers as well. We can't disrespect the fact that they have Alexander-Arnold, Salah, Mane, Robertson.
This is my point, though.
But what I'm saying, I accept your point that there is an agenda towards Alonso.
No, but here it is. My main point was, we got too excited about Arsenal's performance. We got too excited. And the first 15 minutes, we were shitting ourselves. We couldn't even control the ball. Rudiger couldn't even control the ball.
We always start off slow. That's the problem I have. We started slow again. We started slow. Remember the first 10 minutes against Arsenal? We weren't that great. We were letting them in. And I thought, oh, wait, actually, we might have a game on our hands. And then it's always first 10 minutes, and then after 10 minutes, Chelsea switch on.
No, it's true. It's true. But I think we can't play like that all the time. We will get punished.
But one day we're going to get punished for it. I think it's happened under Sarri, it's happened under Lampard, and it's under Tuchel. So I think it's one of them things that's just ingrained in this football team.
Okay, last one from me.
Rubbish.
Last one from me before I stay quiet. Should Werner start instead of Mount?
Yes, 100%.
Yes, absolutely.
I'd argue. I understood Werner not starting, but it got to the point with Lukaku. Lukaku was on his own up there the entire time, and I'm not being funny. His hold-up play, as much as he was trying his best, I'm not going to criticise him, but it wasn't working because you've got no one around him to hold the ball up to. So I would have rather have took Lukaku off and brought on Werner, and then you just pump the ball over the top for Werner to try and run onto. Because not being funny,
what are the chances of him scoring?
I disagree.
That's a different debate. But we were nipping with Lukaku. He wasn't even getting to that point of whether he could. We weren't getting to that point where Lukaku could get a shot or anyone because there was nothing happening. But if you can get Werner over the top, and don't be funny, he's gonna. Van Dijk ain't the fastest. Matip isn't the fastest. Werner has got the pace on both of them. So if he gets that point, I understand the point of whether he'll finish it or not is another question. But we need to. It's what we needed to do, and we might have got something from that. But that's the only point I'd make. No, but it might. Wouldn't you argue that would have been better than just lobbing the ball up to Lukaku for him to control it and get tackled by tag team by Matip?
No, but when he did move to Matip's side, he was having success. That was literally our only way of progressing the ball and getting our team forward. I'm pretty sure if Werner played, he wouldn't have been central for you to kick the ball over and then get a one-on-one with the goalkeeper. He would have shifted out to the left and then somehow been.
He would have shifted. He would have shifted across the front foot. He would have been central left or right. That's what Werner does.
This is what we said the other day when we were picking the teams yesterday. Is why we wouldn't want Lukaku in this game as a single focal point, because it allowed Matip and Van Dijk to be on his ass all game by themselves with no threat of anyone in behind him. So when you have Mount, who was doing what he does all the time, which is just sort of run around the midfield, then there was nobody for Lukaku to release the ball to in that scenario. So having had Werner and Lukaku up top would have allowed Lukaku to sort of drift around and let Werner get in behind. I think it was probably one of Tuchel's first sort of tactical errors that he's made at Chelsea, but that being said, I mean, given the circumstances, you're happy with the point. I guess that's.
Josh, do you think Werner should have came on when we had 10 men, or was this before?
This is like first half.
Okay, fair.
Guys,
So-
I mean,
I want to
I
try and
would
get
argue.
through everyone. I want to try and get through everyone in general as well, just as I'll let you speak next. But if I don't, get to you guys straight away, forgive me. And there's a lot of people on the stream, so just making sure people understand. Consciousness.
So, let me go and then Adam can go. So the point on going down to 10 men, he made 2 substitutions at halftime, right? So if you make 2 substitutions, you only have a third. You cannot use that substitution early or at all. He made it towards the end of the game, because if somebody gets injured, you're then down to 9 players. So you have to hold that substitution. You can only make 2 substitutions, because a third, you're just hoping and praying nobody goes down with an injury and can't continue, because then you're down to 9 men and the game's gone. So he did the right thing. Tuchel, look, you can talk about the starting lineup. This is why I say when you have Havertz on the pitch, you don't need Mount on the pitch, because Havertz was dropping just as deep. He was playing defense on the, on the edge of our box, taking the ball forward. Plus, it gives you that height, and that's where our goal came from. It's from a beautiful placed header.
That was a beautiful header, by the way. Reminded me of Drogba.
No, it reminded me of Christian Pulisic at Burnley for his perfect hat trick.
Of course, it reminded me of Pulisic.
It was the same type of header, though. Exactly the same.
Pulisic tinted glasses.
Hey, I didn't see the Drogba header. So to me, the last one I saw, it looked like that was Pulisic.
And stuff as well, man.
Yeah, I mean, I will say Havertz and Mount both missed key passes in the final third.
Yes.
Especially, I think
Lukaku
Havertz missed a big one to Lukaku, who was just wide open in front of the net.
I'd argue Lukaku made a few as well.
Yeah, so
There's one point where he tried to pass the Mount, and then Havertz was on the right, and Havertz would have literally been clear, but he tried to pass the Mount, and it went to Alisson in the end because it wasn't a great pass as well. But yeah, I think all three. But that's because I know Havertz and Mount have played with each other, but it's Lukaku's second game. They need to gel a bit more before they get that cliche clicking.
Let's get Adam's 100-point question quickly.
It's not a question. I was just gonna say, I agree. Lukaku made a few bad decisions. When Havertz was through, I was screaming at this television. That one here, I was screaming at. I was like, put him through, and that happened a few times. So that was a bit frustrating. But Sadiq, the reason why I want to disagree with you just a little bit on, us getting very excited with the Arsenal performance is because we always start slow. Like Matt said, I think even Avan in the comments spoke to this. We start slow, 10, 15 minutes. We're a bit shaky, and then we get into our stride. So then we got into our stride.
Just quickly, was the first 10 minutes of Arsenal very similar to the one we saw today?
Yes.
Definitely not.
Well, they don't have the attacking threat, so it does not exactly. They don't put the pressure. But we were not good the first 10 minutes.
Yeah,
every time Arsenal was in that match.
Yeah, it was the same thing. We were sloppy. We were losing the ball. I'd argue the only difference was the wing backs are being caught out more. But again, that's due to Liverpool's attacking talent rather than Arsenal. Because Arsenal, you've seen they got battered by City 5-0. They're not attacking. They've got lack of threat up front. That's their best striker. If someone's called lack of threat, then that shows it.
To me, the first 15 minutes was that's just Anfield tax. The first the first 15 minutes, because Anfield was rocking that first 20 minutes.
It's the away. It's that away support that is really going to get. It's going to get on the back of certain players at the start. And Liverpool are always going to have a better 15 minutes. I think it was exactly the same time period. I think, again, Jorginho and Kante just sorted each other out and was like, right, I'll do this, you do that. And as soon as we did that, it started clicking. I think it was also because I think the problem with Liverpool at the moment is where they've been such a pressing team for the last few years, they can't continue that. They used to press for 90 minutes straight and it was brilliant. But I think Klopp's worn this team down so much that they just can't press all the time. You saw they just stopped pressing and Chelsea got back into the game. And that's why Klopp needs more transfers.
One second. Let me share this out real quick.
Whilst Justice does it, let me read all the super chats because I've got...
Well, I got to share my screen real quick.
Cool. Let me just read super chats quickly as well at the same time. Let me know when you shared it, Justice. Can we not celebrate this great team performance as Charlie? Big up to you, bro. Alida says big up to the Justice and panel. Big up to Chelsea defense in the second half. Felix again. RJ was struggling. His position needs work. Thank you very much. I totally agree with that. We had Myron as well say we played extremely well and we're unlucky not to win by multiple goals to 0. Let's give the players their flowers for that second half. 100% agree with that, bro. We've got Mark. Big up, Mark. I said team as a star. I'm not sure we're clinical enough to win the league up front. Oh, we'll get to that one for sure. Let's see Jess's one here. You got to zoom in, bro. I'll tell you when to stop.
Is that a tweet? Do you see the tweet, though? I am on Twitter.
We can see it, but it's not zoomed in enough. We can't read it. Whilst we get it ready, guys, like the video for the ref.
Can you see that?
The Football Association UK banned Anthony Taylor from refereeing Chelsea games. Sign the petition. So someone's already started it.
Yeah, it is an actual petition. I'm signing it right now.
Let's see that live, man. Let's see it live.
Well, you can see it live.
Yeah.
Well,
Sindre, anything
he's got my address and stuff on it.
He's going to have to put his details on there, man.
Oh,
yeah.
Cut off.
I think just as the only problem with them petitions, I think you might have to have a UK address.
No.
Ooh, burn.
No.
Burn.
I know some petitions they do have the problem of UK addresses, but if you can, great. If not, I can give you a couple of addresses.
Is that a Brexit petition?
Breaking news. I have some breaking news.
Go on.
Kurt Zouma has signed for West Ham United.
Huh?
Kurt Zouma has signed for West Ham United.
Who?
Kurt Zouma.
Who?
Zouma. Kurt Zouma.
That academy player of ours?
Who? No, joking. Listen, Sindre, man. I'll let you talk. Let Sindre, Kazilla, KJ talk next, please. I'm gonna be back in 5 minutes.
Okay.
Big up, Major. Sindre, what do you want to add, bro?
Yeah, like I spoke to my dad. Like I know that Tuchel held the substitution and it was tactical, but like we said about Timo were not getting onto the pitch. Like I felt at some point when the entire Liverpool team being inside our own half, I felt Timo could come on and maybe do something. That's just my point of view, because he could have used his pace to threaten the defense at least, to maybe create something with Lukaku, maybe coming into the box.
Yeah, no, I don't think you're wrong. It just, I think the second half it was so strategic on our part, just to defend, which I think is smart, because you want to walk away with something. After that debacle, you want to get something.
Yeah.
So it is what it is. Everybody. I thought Jorginho in the second half. I thought he defended his ass off. I thought he was really good.
I'm not complaining with 1 point at Anfield in the third game of the season, it's not like it's going to end our title-winning hopes.
No, not
If
at all.
anything, it enhances it because we got a draw.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
got
lose.
something. We got something from a top 4 team, which is
Yeah.
always how you win titles.
It showed me the fight that I was still thinking, is that team ready for a title-long fight?
Yeah, and it's like also we don't have to travel to Anfield later in the season when we play Liverpool, so that's also a plus.
Wow, Tuchel is slamming
When's the
them.
return leg?
What do you say, Jester?
Yeah, here we go. Tuchel on the red card. The red card, I'm not even sure anymore if it's the rules or not the rules. You have to accept the decision. He maybe would have changed his mind with moving pictures.
Yes.
I mean,
They're supposed to watch the build up per VAR. They're supposed to watch the build up to the play, not just a picture.
That's something.
A fraction of a second, and it pissed me off because it was clear, his agenda. I don't want to,
I got multiple things to say about VAR. First of all, before we even get to what Anthony Taylor saw, why is the VAR TV screen covered by a stupid VAR logo that covers half the screen? I mean, if there was an instant in the top right corner, you're not seeing it because you got a bloody VAR fucking sign in the way.
That's true.
FA, one, sort that out because that's just stupid. Two, the fact that he looked at the freeze frame, as you said, which was conveniently just the hand, which was bad. And then as soon as he turned away, they were showing the actual part where it hit his leg, then up to his hand. I was like, that is video proof of just if it's not a biased thing that's intentional, that's just incompetence. That is just general incompetence, negligence.
Yeah.
Before we move forward, we have over 105 people watching. Let's smash the like button. The second thing I want you to do is I tweeted out the petition. Go sign that petition and tweet it out that you signed it. They're almost to 2,000 signatures already. Let's get this thing growing. Football for Life has already picked it up. Let's get this thing going. Let's have it trending on Twitter. Whoever you follow or whoever follows you on Twitter, once you tweet it out, they're going to get it and they're going to sign it. So
I just hate that there's no accountability on these either, because if they review it during the week and they overturn it, like, great, but what does that do for us in the moment, and what does that do to Anthony Taylor? Absolutely nothing. Like, there's zero accountability for a ref making a decision like that, other than he just looks like a complete wallout at the end of the day if the card gets overturned. But I mean, I think I'm not not preaching to anyone who didn't see the game. So many decisions he made were poor. Salah kicks the ball into the 5th row, doesn't even get a talking to. Mendy kicks the ball, gets a yellow card. Fabinho's stepping all over people.
Look, Fabinho and Fernandinho are protected by the referees.
But I mean, it was poor. At the end of the day, again, though, you get a point at Anfield. It's really a win, in my opinion. The second half, the way we played, just defended so strong together. Had 1 or 2 chances on the counter, but really just decided to pack in and get the point, which I think shows a lot of maturity in the squad.
Popular opinion.
But yeah, like Matt said, that's the fight. That's the fight you want to see. I'm sorry, Nippin. Go ahead, brother.
I'm not pissed off at this draw. I really couldn't care.
No,
look,
I mean,
I'd be buzzing with a win, but I am more than happy with a draw.
Yeah, I'm annoyed about the situation, but I'm happy that we've shown that we are ready for this title. We are ready. There may be some small things that people are complaining about with finishing, final touches, but I think that's more some people need to improve on their finishing, but young players are going to improve on that over time, hopefully. And then I think it's also a point of we've got to get used to Lukaku there, and that will get better throughout the season. So I think we are ready to win a title. We might need a Kounde. We might need a mid. I think we do need a midfielder, because when Jorginho and Kante went down, my heart stopped. I was like, we can't deal with this and not get a midfielder in.
We are getting a midfielder.
We need at least one midfielder. So Marina,
I specifically Yeah, I specifically want Tchouaméni at this point after having watched that game because there is such a lack of creativity from our midfield. Like Jorginho, Kante, Kova are all really good players at what they do, but man, do we need somebody in the midfield who can like pick a pass, do something in the final third? Because I think especially in the second half when you're defending, our two midfielders were sort of useless because they're not going to be creative enough to pick a ball out to release a Lukaku or a Mount or something like that. So yeah, we definitely need a little bit of creativity in that midfield, big time.
I mean, I'm inclined to agree, but I think most of the fan base does give Kovacic stick when he does try to attempt things. Like I remember against I think it was Palace, he was attempting to put the ball over against Arsenal. He gave the pass to assist to Reece James. Like he tries it, but it's not really at the level that we need.
Yeah, so, I think Kovacic does well and tries it. I argue with Kovacic, I need to see it more.
Kante tried to chip a ball into Lukaku and he hit it to like the fifth row.
My overall problem with Kovacic is I see a lot of good qualities in Kovacic. Sometimes he does great tackles, sometimes he does great passes. His shooting's very off all the time, but that's what you can't be perfect. But the problem is with them things, he does it sometimes and it looks great for compilations, but sometimes he just doesn't do it enough. I just look at him and go, Kovacic, just keep doing it. And you'll go up a level, but I don't know what it is. Sometimes I don't know whether it's a confidence thing or something like that. But sometimes he just doesn't always do it, and it just frustrates me because I know you can, but you just don't.
I mean, yeah. I think with our midfield as well. I think Tuchel today, once we did get a red card, I feel like he did get it right. I think he done everything possible for us to secure that draw.
Yeah, I mean, you wouldn't say he got it. You can't go and get the draw and say he didn't do it right. I mean, he did. You could have arguments of the whole Werner thing, but then I really get Jester's point of final substitution. You got to keep it to the end. So I think it's just one of them things. If we didn't have the sending off, none of this would happen. So we can't blame Tuchel for it. Even if we did get the loss in the end. For me, it'd be one of them things. Liverpool are a great attacking team. So if Liverpool went and scored and it was 2-1, yeah, we'd be disappointed. But again, it's not a fault of this Chelsea player or that Chelsea player. It's due to an incompetent ref and an incompetent football association.
But even then, when people are trying to make
this is going to trigger you.
But
I don't know what your name is.
1 second, mate. What I was trying to say is with people trying to argue that Werner should have came on, I feel like our midfield was getting overrun even before we had a red card. So we were man down the midfield and we couldn't cope with that press. That's why Jorginho and Kante kept on giving the ball away. So my argument is that when we went to a 5 at the back, 5-3-1, when Reece James got a red card, the Mount was needed to cover that position. So I don't think any other player, even Werner, wouldn't have covered that position. If Werner came on, we would have been looking to have an attacking threat.
No, but my argument, if Werner came on, I would take Lukaku off. So it wouldn't affect the midfield. It would just be changing the tactic of how you deliver the ball up top.
I'd keep Lukaku on at all.
That doesn't make sense. If you're playing a lone striker, shouldn't it be a target man?
No, but having a target. The problem is, it's the problem with Lukaku. He can do it okay, but he doesn't. We've seen it at United. He's not the best in terms of when the ball's over top. He likes the ball to feet.
No, he doesn't.
Mm-hmm.
No,
he does. He's much better with the ball coming to feet. You saw it at Arsenal, and you even saw it today. When he got the ball to feet, that's where we got the chances.
He only learned how to do that when he went to Inter, and Conte coached him how to do that properly. His game is to run in behind. That's what he likes to do. There's interviews of him saying that multiple times. He only picked up that skill when he played when he played the Inter Milan. So my point is, Werner coming on shouldn't have been an option for us. I feel like he should have started, but when we got a red card, him being in the game shouldn't have been questioned because Lukaku can offer that what he does and even more.
Yeah. But I want to make a couple points. I know that I predicted 3-0, and I think really if it stayed 11-on-11, it would have been 3-0. We outplayed them. I think our chances were better in the final third than their chances were. And my second point, again, if you have Havertz on the pitch, you don't need Mount as well. When you have 11v11, Havertz did everything that Mount gets credit for. But he has the extra he has the extra ability to get you a goal because he's from a header, from anything else. So for me, that's why I wanted Werner to start, because he would have stretched that defense even more. He would give given us more space and a more of an attacking threat. But once you go down to 10 men, you have to hold that third substitution. You just can't use it. And he used it at the right time to bring Chalobah out to see out the game. Another brilliant move to put more of a defensive-minded, more physical, quicker player in to close them down there at the end, because legs were getting tired and Jorginho needed the break. So I thought Tuchel played. Once we went down to 10 men, I think he did a brilliant job. He made all the right substitutions, played all the right tactics, and allowed us to get out there with a point, where most people would have predicted at that point we would have lost that match. So most people were saying 1-1. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. Whoever said that.
Yeah, this might be an unpopular opinion among a lot of people, but I think that was a red card. I'm sorry, that was denial of a goal scoring opportunity.
Say that again?
But that was denial of a goal scoring opportunity.
Say that again?
Bro, can I come back to Justice?
Yeah,
point?
I
just have a slight rebuttal. I feel like equating
should be allowed.
I feel like equating Mount and Havertz in that sense. I feel like it's very naive to do, because I feel like Mason Mount, even it's proven in this team,
should be allowed.
Even with who we played today, Mason Mount, we know what he brings to the team, and that's why you can't really sub him out the team, especially because we on that left hand side, we know that Alonso is he's not the quickest player, so we need a player that's more defensively astute than Havertz. And I feel like equating Havertz and Mount on the same platform and then saying that Kai Havertz is going to give us more offensively is just, I feel like it's a bad take in my opinion. I feel like you can't amount for the amount of you can't equate the amount that Mason Mount does for us defensively. He's key into the team, and just saying that Kai Havertz can do everything that Mason Mount can do and better is not really the case, because if you look at, I'm going to give you a stat here. If you look at where is it? If you look at pressures per game, per 90, pressures per 90, Havertz averages 15.32, whereas Mount averages 21.3. So you can see there's a clear difference between them. And I feel like our midfield was getting overrun as well. But I feel like with Mason Mount in there and we played the 5-3-1 in the second half, it just nullified it because he was just more defensively astute than Havertz.
Well, I think you're also discounting the fact that some players are asked to do certain things and some players aren't. So if you ask Kai Havertz to do what Mason Mount does, he would do it. And in 45 minutes, his defensive stats in that game were every bit as good as Mount's 90-minute stats. So,
guys, I just want to.
I disagree again, because you can't just tell a player to run around, because it doesn't make any sense. You get, like, if I say one player, yo, run around, and another player run around, you can't just expect him to do that. So my point is, Mason Mount, he's built for that. He's built for that game. He's a press machine. He's one of the best players in the Premier pressing. You can't just say Kai Havertz go press around and expect him to equate the amount of presses that Mason Mount does in the game. It doesn't make sense.
What do you mean? Have you not watched Kai Havertz play?
We all did. But you can't say that. You can't say that Kai Havertz is a. You can't just say that. That Kai Havertz is as good as Mason Mount on the press when it's clearly not.
But you don't know what Tuchel asks him to do.
But it doesn't matter though.
Yeah, it does.
It does. I don't think it does.
This is a back-to-back. I'm just going to slide in here and say Tuchel on Kante. He is injured and needed to go out. He missed Arsenal for pain in the ankle, but it was nothing serious. In this game, the opponent fell on his ankle, and he had the same pain that he had against Arsenal. He couldn't accelerate, so we had to take him off. So Kante is injured.
He looked a bit rusty as well, man.
He can use national break as a rest, because just tell Champs no. Tell him he's not going.
But
who did that Reece James comment off? I just saw Reece James comment. It got taken off.
I don't know who you're talking about.
About inexperience.
Nip in. Can I come back to your point about the decision?
Please. Just quickly.
Sorry.
Before Matt says it, can everyone say yes or no? Was it a penalty?
No.
Yes.
I think he was a penalty, but yeah, everyone else, yes or
It
no?
was a penalty, but it definitely wasn't a straight red.
Yeah, it's just the rule is a red card.
No, actually, they've changed the rule. They've changed the rule. It is not a straight red anymore.
It is.
No, they've changed the rule.
When did they do that?
I know they put a load of handball rules in again this season, so it might have been from this season's rules. I know last season it was, but this season I don't know whether it is. But getting to the point of the actual decision itself. So, obviously, the ball comes in, hits Reece James's fire, and then goes to hand. Which, when you're in the middle of the pitch, if that was on the halfway line, the ref would have said, nope, that's ball to hand, wouldn't have given it. So that's point one. Point two, obviously talking about the whole hand moving forward. Reece James is moving his right hip or right thigh forward to block the ball. When you biomechanically, and this is coming from an osteopath, so I know my stuff. When you move your hip to go move to the ball, naturally your shoulder and your hand is also going to move.
Can you get up and show us? Can you get up and show us?
The things I do for this channel.
Come on.
Dance for us.
Can you show us, properly, please, so we understand?
You're not in your drawers, are you?
I want to see the red speedos.
Hey, look at this clash.
Okay, so the right leg.
We can't hear him.
Yeah, you can't.
So what he's saying is when you move your thigh forward to block the ball, your arm automatically goes forward. There's no way to keep your arm back and move your thigh forward. It
Correct.
doesn't, where your body actually doesn't work that way.
Guys, I have a question related on this. Was it a penalty because if his arm wasn't there, it would have been a goal? Because in the Champions League final, do you guys remember in the Champions League final, I forget if it hit Rudiger's arm, you saw that European referee go. Do you guys remember that? You know?
Yeah.
You know, you saw him go that. So that's when I was like, okay, hit the body first, then the arm, no pen. But now Peter Drew was like, no, you know, if his arm wasn't there, he stopped the goal scoring opportunity, it goes in. So it's a pen. So that's my question to the panel.
I swear that also was Reece James that happened to in the Champions League final, not Rudiger as well. Yeah, I swear it was Reece James as well.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Just quickly, you know what? For this entire situation, I have to blame Marcos Alonso. You know, I bet the guy should have I think he was, and he hit it instead.
Sorry, what? Sorry, what?
Can you say it one more time? I didn't hear you. You're a little bit fuzzy on that.
Audio is bugging out.
I'm not fake.
Maybe Mendy could have shouted. Maybe Mendy could have shouted and said, "Left, leave it." You know.
There's no. If things are going crazy there, bro, like there's 15 man there, like they're just. You can't.
Yeah, but you recognize his voice.
And also all the supporters.
Mark's looking at him like.
Yeah.
But also with the next point in terms of my point 3 about this handball, we talk about natural arm position. Now, obviously, natural arm position is down by your side. But then again, if you are lifting your thigh, your arm is naturally going to come up a little bit. Your elbow's literally going to be a little bit bent. And that's if the ball just hit his hand without hitting his thigh, yes, that is unfortunately it is a penalty. But where the ball's hit his thigh, what else is Reece James supposed to do? Where is his arm? I'd like to ask Anthony Taylor, where does he think Reece James' arm is supposed to go?
You know, Matt, it looked. I really want to say, you know, it wasn't, but it looked. It was a bit.
It looked like he wanted to push it.
No, but this is talking from a former referee and an osteopath.
Okay,
so
I'm a former player.
Yeah, biomechanically, you cannot. Your arm is going to follow that, and that's why he did his forward motion. If Reece James didn't block it like that, the ball would have gone in. We would be moaning at Reece James, and Sadiq, you would be moaning predominantly.
No.
Reece James didn't work hard enough to block it. I
wouldn't have. I would have said Marcos Alonso's fault, like I just said now.
No, you would have gone on to both. You would have gone. Reece James should have blocked it out.
But listen, though, listen.
Basically, the FA and Anthony Taylor are telling Reece James, you can't block the ball on the line because you might get a handball, and you will get sent off.
There's one thing I want to add to this. At the end of the day, okay, there are events that happen all the time like this, okay, and sometimes it's gonna go our way, and sometimes it's gonna go against us, and sometimes teams will look for it, sometimes teams don't look for it.
But Sadiq, but before you got up, I was making a point to you, and I wanted to just tell you why I disagree with your point of saying we got excited over Arsenal. We spoke about the 10-15 minutes early. Just listen. This guy, man, just listen.
Listen.
I didn't say anything. I just went like that.
This guy. Pay attention. so
listen.
The 10-15 minutes, we were slow. Then in the 40th odd minute, this happened. So we had about a 25-minute period where we were playing to our...
If we conceded, you would have been complaining.
Let me talk, KDB. Let me talk. Then we had 45 minutes, and we were not it was a defense of champions. Like that's a title-winning defense, but we weren't playing our game. So yes, I do think Arsenal flattered us a little bit because they're not the best opposition, no disrespect. But yeah, I not too much. They're not the greatest opposition, but I think more games than not will be similar to Arsenal than Liverpool. Go ahead. Yes.
Let me just say something very clearly to you guys. If we start like this against Man City, they will put one against us. And you lot will talk about this first 15 minutes mentality.
Well, why are we talking about something that's not happened yet?
No, but I'm telling you, it's going to happen.
But can I make a point?
Arteta's been sacked.
I know. I get your point about we struggle in the first 10 minutes, but I think that's a problem Chelsea have always had. So that whether that will go or not is
when that happens, will you complain about it?
I'm complaining about it now, let alone after.
No, you're not complaining about it. You're defending it. You're defending it. I'm the only guy.
No, I said to you. I think I said in the tweet as well. So you can go check my tweets. I said we've started this game off slow again. One day it's going to come back and bite us. But from that 25 minutes after, and even the second half, I know we were down 10 men, but the fight we showed, I'm confident that even if we go 1-0 down, to Man City, maybe not because Man City are fantastic. But I have the utmost confidence this game has shown, and that 25 minutes has shown, that we are one of the best teams in the league, and we have the fight. We have the fight to come back if we concede a goal. And I haven't seen that in a Chelsea team since Kante.
Okay, I agree with that. I agree with that second half performance, especially. Definitely agree with that. I just want to say very quickly, the way these men got in behind and left side, right side, whoever, I don't care if it's Marcos Alonso, I don't care if it's Reece James, they got in.
Look at the team.
Jorginho was not good. Okay, and I rate Jorginho highly. This guy...
In the first 15 minutes.
Not even the first 15 minutes, I think first half an hour. The guy was finito, fam. Who's that 18-year-old for Liverpool?
Harvey Elliott.
That guy was on point.
Yo, man. Do you have a Reece James agenda now?
I said Jorginho.
Jorginho? You have a Jorginho agenda now?
Oh, come on. You know what?
How are you going to do that?
You know what? Hudson-Odoi should have started today. Okay,
what?
Right side.
What?
You're capping.
I'm joking.
Yeah. Next thing you know, we're going to say Kepa should have started.
I mean, he did win us a Super Cup.
No, but still.
So we're almost at 7.
Right.
Yeah, we have sack Anthony Taylor trending on Twitter. We're almost at the 7,500 mark in signatures. So let's get that done, folks.
He doesn't have to be sacked. Just sacks from Chelsea games. That would be.
No, he just needs to be sacked.
Overall, just from the sport.
Or could he please just retire as a referee?
Sacked as in have a bag of rats and sack him with it.
Yeah.
Put in a spliff. Arteta though, man. You know what? I don't even know if I should laugh.
They've not said it.
I want Arsenal relegated.
Well,
Bertrand, you're capping.
It was fun to watch Arsenal fans moan about the game today. That was fun.
Do you know what was funny?
They didn't even argue. They clapped at the 4-0. They started.
Yeah, that was funny.
I
think they've honestly just gone insane.
Yeah, they're just conceding that their club is
they just look at Man. I mean, it was a good goal. Don't get me wrong, but I think they've just gone so insane that they're just. Yeah, I don't blame them. Football for all. I mean, Bertram, Arsenal haven't confirmed it, so I'm not going to say.
What the hell? How'd you know? How'd you know it was that you?
Bro, because my peripheral vision is better than Mason Mount's. That's how I knew.
Got Mason Mount agenda, bro.
Like with Elms.
Hey, Anthony Taylor, right here, brother. Anthony Taylor.
Yeah.
Hey, Nippin, did you see that? Nippin, did you see Anthony Taylor?
Anthony Taylor.
He's not even listening.
Guys, 7 away from 100 likes, please. Like
No,
the
his headphone batteries died.
Yeah.
Bertram, send it to me because I can't see it.
He's capping, bro.
That's cap. Arteta didn't get sacked.
Do you know what I have seen though? They've got a leaked video of Zouma holding the West Ham shirt. I can send it to you, Sadiq, if you want to show it.
Please do.
Oh no, this is gonna be cat.
Bro, this looks like a movie where it just goes in and off, on and off. Oh,
have you seen?
I think it's camera or his phone's dying. Leave Nippin alone, man.
No. I was putting my AirPods in.
UK Nippin.
He looks like he's tired, about to go to sleep.
Tell them to like the video, bro.
You heard today. Like the video, get it to 100 likes.
Thank you. Oh, what Zouma? Is there a Zouma video? Yeah, you lot.
Yeah, you can't see his face, but you see obviously it is a black,
very tall man,
West Ham shirt. Yeah, I'll be very surprised if it's someone else.
He's got a baseball cap on too.
That's not Zouma.
Be right back, guys.
Who else is it going to be?
That's my cousin.
Rudiger.
Well, where's this at?
Football for all.
No, I know, but where's this place at?
It's actually near my house. It's 10 minutes from me.
I think isn't Zouma in France right now because he has some family matters and he took his medical in France as well.
Yeah, but he came back to London now.
Okay.
I saw a video.
Okay.
It doesn't matter. Zuma's signed for West Ham, and it happened a couple of days ago.
Yeah, that's true.
What we're waiting on is Finn Voigtman to go to Sevilla, because that's who they want to replace Kounde.
And then
so
we
as soon as that gets done, Kounde gets announced. I'm guaranteed it's already signed, sealed, and delivered.
How
we're just
much
waiting for the other thing to drop first.
How much do you think we're gonna sign Kounde for?
£43 million.
No, it's changed. It's changed. Apparently, they want more.
Yeah, they want some more.
That's all cap.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yes, it's so nice to hear you talk like this. Like,
yeah,
I'm trying to think of you a year ago. A year ago, you was different.
Well, you live and learn. Even I guess you can teach old dogs new tricks, huh?
Oh, just to say, I found that tweet Bertram was talking about. It's been deleted, so
yeah, Arteta has not been.
Well done, Bertram.
Either it's true and Arsenal have told them to take it down, or it's just
cap. No, it's cap. It's cap. He's got 10 games to fix it because they got Aston Villa or Norwich or something.
Probably gonna lose them. Lose them too.
I think they've got Norwich, Burnley, and then Tottenham. I mean, Burnley they're going to struggle against Burnley because Burnley are just going to hoof the ball up, and Holding and Mari are going to get done.
And as we can see,
Norwich, they'll probably get their win against Norwich and be like, "We're back, Arsenal are back!" Hey! They get beat by Norwich, then get done by Tottenham.
You lot, my FPL was shocking today.
I was so happy because Reece James assisted Kai Havertz, and then he got sent off.
That's.
I was like, I don't know if free hit, guys.
And then I switched my captain from Salah to Lukaku. That was my vice captain. I think I've still got Fernandes as my captain.
Yeah, same.
I need to take Fernandes out because Fernandes ain't going to be taking penalties anymore, so I need to take him out.
Because of Ronaldo.
Oh, you lot.
I'm gonna.
Let me show you my team.
Oh man, I got boxed.
Yeah, I need to sacrifice some points and change his team around with my Bruno money.
But like, what I was going to say about the Burnley game, as we were talking about with Arsenal. As you can see, they can't defend headers against players under 6 foot, and it's in the City team. So, like, honestly,
you need to take Simcas out. I knew Robertson would be back.
Free hit.
Oh my day, 24 points.
Huh?
I got you beat. I got 28.
Yeah, but I've got Harry Kane and Son.
I don't even know what I've got. I need to develop. I've been too scared to check it.
When Harry Kane gets a hat trick, you're not gonna get put in a spliff.
Damn, I got 22. That's poor.
But I only have 2 players left to play.
Yeah, I've got Fernandes and Rafinha.
I've got Fernandes and Regulon.
So I've got Fernandes captain. If Fernandes does great for me, then I'm back up with the points. But
yeah,
Antonio did bits for me today, though. Or I would have been well in the mud. St. Maximin got me 5 points. Everybody else gave me 2.
Yeah, I got Tony gave me 5, and then everyone else: Martinez, Kufal, Livramento, Mount, Lukaku.
This is Angola's team in the comments. Shambolic Bamford. This guy loves Kazilla.
Bamford, man.
This guy loves Kazilla, fam.
You sure that's not Kazilla's team?
No.
I
Captain Grealish.
Hey, he got it.
Almost Captain Grealish as well.
You might have smoking weed, man. Man's a Captain Grealish, you know.
Bro, he got an assist.
He didn't score, bro. He sets up.
But he got an assist.
Well, he scored last week.
Yeah, tap him, bro.
You can say Lukaku scores as well tap in. It's like goal.
It was a build-up play. He held it up. He gave the
ball. He created and made the goal. So
he made the goal. It's not the same.
Yeah, I don't know why I'm defending Jack Grealish.
Exactly.
Not as he did
Lars is right. Can we give Anthony Taylor a red card?
Yes, please.
3-game suspension.
Like all the things that Anthony Taylor has done to us, like reminds me about the 2009 semi-final against Barca.
Chelsea just announced Zouma leaving.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Thanks for everything, Kurt.
Thanks for everything, Kurt. Thanks for that head against Arsenal.
Now I can put him in my fantasy Premier League team without.
Thanks for that fantastic run against Ajax.
It would have been so great if we actually scored that goal or scored.
Guys, you know the worst thing is, it's international break now.
Yeah.
That's not the worst. That's not the worst.
Like Kante.
We've got so many positives. Kante can have a rest because we can just say he's injured, and then he can be in France.
Draw, bro.
Yeah, but a well-earned draw. It's not like we.
Yeah. No, we should have won. We should have won.
It's not like a draw against Brentford or a newly promoted team. It's a draw against Liverpool, one of the title contenders this year.
Arsenal. And what we got to remember, we got a few players that are not going on international duty because of the red list. Silva, which is a massive one. The fact that Silva gets the rest in the international breaks at the moment is absolutely fantastic. Yeah. You've got Ziyech is not going. I don't think Mendy's going. Obviously, Reece James ain't going. You've not got, hopefully, Kante doesn't go. So it's great. I don't know if there's any others. I can't remember.
Is Reece James and Mount called up to the national
Reece James. Mount is. I don't think. Actually, no, I think it's Chilwell. It's not. Reece James may be going.
It's Chilwell that isn't called up. It's Reece James.
Chilwell can have his rest.
But is Reece James going to play though? Like
no,
that's the question. That's the question.
I mean, I'm not being funny.
One game, isn't it?
If the red card don't get rescinded, then it don't matter. Reece James can play all he wants. He's not going to play the next 3 games.
Oh yeah, Chilwell started today. How is he today?
You captain.
Oh wow, they announced it.
Chilwell started today, man. How is he? Everyone told me yesterday he's starting.
He didn't. Things happen. Maybe they're just giving them the rest. I mean, Silva also didn't start, so.
Everyone said Chilwell. That's why I'm just
saying.
Everyone also said Silva, except I think.
West Ham posted it.
Except me.
Huh?
Fantastic.
West Ham posted that they signed the Kurt Zouma.
Wait. Copyright. I can't even show that, bro. You're gonna get this guy wants to be banned. You know, this KJ. No, listen, KJ. We hit 100 likes. Let's do some darts, bro.
No.
Come on, bro.
Want to take down that board?
No,
hey, come on. Hey, Justus, I bought this today because I thought I was gonna pour it on myself. You know what I'm saying? Trying to embrace the culture.
What is that?
Gatorade.
Thought I was gonna pour it on myself. Thought we were gonna win.
Why would you just pour water on yourself?
Bro, I thought this is part of your culture, bro. Gatorade. You pour it on yourself.
Isn't that more like
no,
or something?
When you win a championship in the States, the coach gets doused with the Gatorade bucket.
Bro, I am the coach. Come on.
But not just for a game.
I ask you a question in PM DMs, bro, and all these guys air me, fam.
I'm free when I can do whatever.
I didn't see it yet.
Take over, man. I need to go for 5 minutes.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm just making sure, bro.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't have Twitter up, dude. I'm sorry.
Well, have it up at all times, please. It's not Twitter, bro.
Hey, if I have it up all times, I might have a medical condition. I'm going to have to go to a hospital.
Getting addicted on Twitter.
Who left?
I know Josh left and Nippon.
No, Nippin's still there.
Adam
left.
Oh, Adam, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Nippin's silent anyway, so.
Tell Adam he has to wait 5 minutes if he comes back.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, internet died, bro. He just messaged me. All the best, mate. Cool.
Bloody Canadian Wi-Fi.
I didn't say anything.
Yeah. So Kurt Zouma's. Look. I knew this last week that Kurt Zouma would not be a Chelsea player anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, I know it wasn't official, but
I think almost every single Chelsea player knew that Kurt was leaving in summer.
Yeah, but you got a lot of Chelsea fans that seem to think everything's going to go wrong all the time. So, I mean, the whole injury thing, you knew it was rubbish anyway. They tried to do it for Ben Rama and Brentford gave in. But, I mean, the knee injury, yes, it happened. It's well known that it happened, and he hasn't had a single reoccurrence of that injury since.
Yeah, that's true.
You can't go and say, oh, he had this knee injury like 4 or 5 years ago.
It was
we're not going to sign him now.
Yeah.
It's like
how good could he have been if he didn't get an injury? Oh man.
I honestly think he would, because he when he did that, he looked like the real deal. Maybe he probably would have still struggled with his passing, but I think in terms of
defending,
defender, I think he could have been
one of the best
in terms of the pure defensive ability. I mean, the problem is it happened at the exact wrong age as well.
Yeah,
it was a time when he was next to John Terry, and John Terry was mentoring him through. And he looked. I remember back in the day, he looked fantastic. He was making great tackles in the round. It was perfect for John Terry because John Terry didn't have too much of the legs, but Zouma was that pacey covering centre back. But you get that injury, you lose a bit. He lost a little bit of his pace, and he lost that year of development where he moved from that good young prospect to that world
established prospect.
I think he's still a really good defender. I think he's that level below.
Yeah.
And also, I think for West Ham, that is a fantastic signing.
Yeah, it's a little bit of upgrade on their defensive,
I still think in 2-3 years' time, he may go to a big team again. He'll probably leave. If he does work West Ham, he will move to a big team. I reckon maybe if Ramos leaves and PSG can't get another option, they may use him. Yeah. Maybe someone like a Real Madrid who are looking for defenders. Maybe other Liga team or Italy, someone like a Juventus. Juventus obviously going to need centre backs at some point because they've only got Bonucci and Chiellini are going. They've got De Ligt, but De Ligt is one, and then the second one they haven't got anyone.
They have the morale, but he's slowing out to Atalanta.
Oh, look at that! Wonderful.
What?
Gunner Express put out a link to it says LA Times, but it's not. It says Arteta's been sacked, and you click on it, and it goes to Rick Ashley. You got rickrolled.
Oh God!
I mean, I would hope that they would want him sacked. They should be cheering that on.
But who do you think, if Arteta gets sacked, who do you think will actually overtake or take over at Arsenal?
Come on, Big Sam.
I think
they actually, no, I'm not capping here. They actually legit need a Big Sam. They need someone to get in and put some structure in that club, in that defense.
Yeah. That defense can't for shit.
Like Arsenal fans keep talking about Kante. Stop dreaming about Kante. Stop dreaming. That is just a dream.
Yeah,
even people like Allegri dream.
Allegri is already at Juventus though, so he wouldn't leave. He wouldn't leave probably a Juventus who can actually retain or reclaim the Serie A title and go to a bottom of the team Arsenal, or the bottom of the league Arsenal.
Even someone like a Graham Potter, I think he would do well in terms of a system, a style. I think even he would reject Arsenal right now because I think he's got a good project at Brighton, and I think eventually he may move on to a bigger club at some point if he carries it on. But Arsenal is we used to say Chelsea was the poison chalice. Arsenal are just next level.
That's true.
And I honestly just think they need to forget this whole they're a big club thing because they aren't at the moment, and they need to just bring someone to sort the defense out and then move on from there. They need to do a massive rebuild that takes years.
Yeah.
And Big Sam can work with players that are cheap, players that are not. He can work with cronky funds as well.
Can also take a minute to say that Arsenal also have spent the most money this window and have kind of not improved their squad at all. They're bought squad players.
They spent the same amount. What United spent Ronaldo.
It's as simple as that.
Yeah. I mean, what United will spend on Ronaldo, Sancho, and Varane will be what Arsenal spend on Ben White, Ramsdale, and Odegaard.
And Lukaku. Don't forget Lukaku as well.
And Ben White.
We said that. So, in chat, I want you to put who your player of the match was, man of the match was. And then we can go around and so Nippon's in with Mendy.
I'm also on the Mendy train. He was actually really good. And I had a conversation with someone on TikTok or some days ago that said Emilio Martinez was better than Edward Mendy.
Well,
I think Martinez is a good goalkeeper, but no.
Yeah. So do I. I rate Martinez. He went to a bigger club. He left Arsenal, went to a bigger club right now than what Arsenal are because Arsenal didn't want him. And he's a good keeper, but right now,
as much as I hate Arsenal,
Edward Mendy is better.
Arsenal, excuse me.
Yeah.
Sorry, as much as I hate Arsenal, they're still a bigger club than Aston Villa.
I mean, in terms of at the moment, I'd beg to differ because they're losing players out to Aston Villa. Historically, yes, you could argue that.
Yeah.
But at the moment, Brighton a bigger club. Brighton conned Arsenal. So Brighton are showing bigger club factors than Arsenal at the moment.
But right now, all Arsenal have to say about if they're being relevant is their history. Yes, Arsenal has a big history as a football club, but that in the last 20 years, they're not that big.
As I'd also argue about what Major General N'Golo Kante said, Aston Villa got 2 European trophies. How many have Arsenal got?
0.
Zilch.
Okay.
Exactly.
Yeah, and like
look, even their neighbours down the road have.
I'm watching Juventus and Empoli.
Even their neighbours down the road.
What, Forest?
Is down.
Even their neighbours down the road. Even Tottenham have 2 more European trophies than Arsenal.
That's true.
Yeah, but Tottenham have got nothing to go with it. I think Aston Villa have got a couple of domestic titles to go with it.
Yeah. That's very good. Yeah.
But yeah, in terms of
Aston Villa were a force to be reckoned with in the 80s.
Yeah, they're a good team.
Aston Villa were a force to be reckoned with in the 80s.
So, going back to man of the match, I've got the birthday boy himself on his 300th appearance. Cesar Azpilicueta.
Come on.
I thought he was brilliant today. Made some last-ditch tackles. He's always solid. Played right center back, then went to right wing back.
Really underrated player.
So
if I'm honest, I can't pick out the defense and the goalkeeper, so I'm giving it to all 4 because together as a collective, all 4 of them are fantastic.
Yeah.
And they saved us multiple times. So I'm just gonna give it as a collective because I like to think of it as Chelsea rather than.
Yeah, that's true. That's fair. Can I also give give an honor mention to Marcus Alonso? I felt like he had a good game as well. Like
Yeah,
he lost.
gave it to Christensen as well.
Yeah, Marcus lost the
I have a
ball, yes,
question
but
for you
he
guys.
was actually also good. I would say he was one of our better players today.
Yeah, no, I think everybody played well on defense. Look, we had to because we were down to 10 men. Nippon, what's your question? Okay, well,
Nippon,
we
you're
can't
on
hear your
mute.
question if no.
Does Leicester City's Harvey Barnes make Arsenal's bench? Sorry, Chelsea's bench.
No.
No. I argue not many players make up Chelsea's bench at the moment.
That's true.
Nippon, my question is who replaces him on that? Who does he replace on that bench?
Good question.
So obviously that it'd have to be a light player. So is he going to get benched?
The only person. No, the only person who I think. No, Hudson-Odoi.
Hudson-Odoi doesn't make the bench anyway.
Yeah, but he's not making the bench once Kounde and Chouameni come in anyway.
It's either Ziyech, Werner, or Pulisic.
I don't get about Arsenal fans. They massively overhype Bukayo Saka.
I don't think he's a bad player. I just don't think.
Truth be told,
I think I don't think he's a bad player. I think just because he's such a vital part of their team, because there's no one else, they just clutch at straws. So I understand why they overhype. I think we overhype Hudson-Odoi much more than they overhype Saka. I think Saka
would agree with that statement.
Saka does so much more than Hudson-Odoi
Harvey Barnes. I think Harvey Barnes is better than Saka, honestly.
I don't think there's anything to pick between the two.
Yeah, I think they're on the same level, on the same trajectory. I mean, I'd argue Harvey Barnes is potentially better than Pepe, and I would forget the whole Saka argument.
Yeah. What, Barnes? Then wait. If Barnes is better than Pepe, surely he'd go for much more than Pepe if he was to go to a bigger club.
Arsenal got ripped for Pepe. Arsenal got absolutely done for Pepe. That's another example of Arsenal getting absolutely overpriced and done for someone. We were linked with Pepe before the transfer embargo came in January for 34 million.
Oh my
Arsenal
God.
then went and paid double that in the next summer. Obviously, they paid it in installments, but you get what I mean at the end of it. Arsenal really suffer, and I think that is because we were in Champions League, so we have more of a hold, whereas Arsenal are not in Champions League, so they have to pay premium prices on players. That's why they have to pay more on Ben White, why they pay more on Pepe, why they pay more on certain players.
By the way, I can't be the only one who hates Arsenal more than Tottenham.
I hate them. I hate them both equally, but
I hate anybody that's not Chelsea.
Really? Awesome.
Guys, do we start Werner against Aston Villa?
Against Aston Villa, probably not.
Holy moly.
Look, these are the teams I hate in order. Arsenal, Celtic, because my favourite team in Scotland are Rangers.
But forget the Celtic part in terms of just because of Chelsea.
All right, stop the presses. Zouma's fee was £29.8 million.
No way. No way.
Come on.
No way. 29 million for someone that hasn't even touched pitch.
That's from Matt Law.
That is crazy.
Fantastic.
Announced Kounde.
But yeah, Nippon, as you were saying about the teams you hate the most, we'll take Celtic out because that's a Rangers thing rather than Chelsea thing.
Why? They're my favourite. Rangers are my favourite team. I have favourite teams outside in different leagues as well.
I mean, your hatred because of Chelsea rather than teams from elsewhere.
Okay, Arsenal because they're Arsenal.
It's reached over 10,000.
And United because they're a
We're over 10,000 signatures
Arsenal
on the
because they're
petition.
Arsenal. Fulham because West London and other West London club.
So you don't put thingy top 3, Tottenham.
Look, what's the point in? Look, they make my top 10, but for me, what's the point in hating a team?
I mean, why are you hating on Fulham? Look, Fulham are just a bunch of old age pensioners. Fulham aren't that bad. Fulham ain't even. I hate QPR more. QPR are worse than Fulham.
Yes,
I'd
you
argue
hate QPR, but
mine goes mine goes Tottenham, Arsenal, Liverpool, United, QPR, Barcelona, and then
Look,
Mine goes, I like Chelsea, everybody else
look.
suck. Okay?
yes,
That's right.
for me, look, look, what's the point in hating a team that doesn't win anything? I mean,
I
real
don't
talk.
I don't know. Maybe they may smash his girlfriend at one point in time. I don't know.
Nippin, I think
There's always a reason.
Taddy's onto something. Is that why you went to the Tottenham protest? Because you don't hate them?
Look, I don't like them, but it's one of those teams where you don't like, but you just don't care about them. You get what I mean?
Then why would you go to their protest, though? If you don't care about them, why would you go to their protest?
Look, it was more to do with the greater good of football, like getting an owner out.
But no, that's not.
Look,
See, I disagree with everybody on this owner situation. The owners own the club, and they own NFL teams. The two, a few we're talking about that are American. They don't run those teams either. They don't. They're not involved in day-to-day operations with anything they bought, with anything they own as far as sport. They hire somebody that goes out and hires a board and hires people to run the club. Now maybe those picks are not good, but owners don't run anything.
Look, you know what I did when I went there, though? I just went there as a neutral to interview. I just wanted to get. You know why I went there? Just to get some thoughts on what some Tottenham fans thought. I just look as an independent content creator. That's all I wanted to do. Like a lot of fan cam. Like how Robbie started on AFTV, how Sammy started on Chelsea Fan TV, how Sadiq is doing his channel. That's exactly what I just wanted to get their thoughts. That's why I went to the protest.
Fair enough. We are just joking a little bit.
We can do player ratings.
Look. Yeah, let's do player ratings. So let's start off in goal, Edward Mendy.
Hold on, wait a second. Let me get this up in case Sadiq wants to show it.
I'll tell you what,
1 second.
This has been a long 5-10 minutes.
I know. I hope everything is all right.
Yeah.
Give me 1 second. Let me get the names put out.
Guys, smash the like button if you think Sadiq's the best host. Number 1.
We're not going to get any likes.
Yeah, to be fair.
And Georgie.
Nippin, what are you eating?
Tagliatelle carbonara.
Ooh, nice one.
You man, I got a dip, bro.
Do you think?
Okay.
Sorry. I got a lot of family. I'm so sorry.
Wait, if you've got a dip, who are you gonna make host?
He's going to shut the stream down.
I'm gonna end the stream, my friend. But tell us your food quickly. What are you eating?
Tagliatelle carbonara.
Can you say that in English? What is that in English?
It's pasta with bacon.
Bacon!
And Parmesan cheese.
That sounds amazing.
Bro.
That sounds
Hey,
amazing.
before you go, Sadiq, who's your man of the
I'm not a
match?
Muslim, Sadiq. You know this.
Reece.
You know this. I'm not a Muslim.
I'm joking, Nippon. Either Christensen or Asby.
Okay.
Christensen won the Sky Sports one. But yeah.
Okay. But I mean, you can't
Now,
split
for
so
me,
that
it's
the
Mendy.
defense was brilliant. The defense was brilliant.
Yeah. No, they were really good. Second half performance was fantastic from the guys. We'll need that throughout the season. And I want to big up Matt, Justus, KJ, Kazilla, Sindre for coming on as well. Nippon, big up to you for your food as well. Like the video, guys. Subscribe, all that good stuff. And we are out. Peace.